Yeah.
To go back to the Steelers, are the Steelers about to be the first team ever on the power rankings to switch their quarterbacks? Is that
Why are they
really about
doing
to
that?
happen? I don't know. Is
Why
that
are they
really about
doing
to
that?
fucking happen? Are they really about to do that?
I wouldn't do that. Would
I
you,
wouldn't either. No, no.
Mike?
Why would they
No,
even? Yeah,
no.
why are they even considering it?
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was benched for the last 4 games of last year. He's been hurt all of training camp, and he hasn't played in the first. So this guy has not played a lot of football. And oh, by the way, he wasn't
It
like
wasn't
lighting the
good. Yeah,
fucking
he
world
wasn't
on fire
even
last
good.
year either.
I think it's a psyop. I think Justin Fields is going to start, and I don't think anyone else is going to see the field at quarterback. I think he's fucking with Justin Fields.
You think it's Tomlin?
I think Tomlin might be fucking with Justin Fields a little, and I think he might be fucking with all of us a lot. And I think that Russell Wilson is not going to start because why wouldn't you say that? Like, why wouldn't you say that? Like, you're putting them in a position to have to prep for two completely different QBs. If they don't dedicate a certain amount of time to Justin Fields, it gives Justin Fields the ability to fucking absolutely torture them. And like, he looks better. I mean, he does. It was a little bit of a bounce back game. They might be kind of bullies against like the worst teams of the world of the league, but I think they're going to go in and beat up on the Jets. So I don't know.
So does that accentuate your point or contradict it?
I think the Jets are bad. I think they're going to go beat up on the
Right.
Jets.
So they're gonna beat
Yeah.
up on another.
Yeah, I do, because I mean the
Right.
thing is there are ways to expose that offense, right? We've seen that, even with Justin
Yes.
Fields in there. But Jalen Warren's coming back. If Cordarrelle gets healthy, that adds another dimension to it. Pickens is fucking annoying me this year, genuinely. Like, he's talking that shit like he's playing
What is he
like
doing? Yeah,
one of the.
what's going on with him?
I mean, he's not doing anything. He's throwing guys on the ground by their face mask, which I hate. Didn't love that play. That was some sore loser shit. He's talking shit about Amon-Ra St. Brown, saying like, "Oh, he's a slot guy, so they get fed the ball. I play on the outside." I'm like, "Yeah, you play on the outside, and you fucking drop the ball and it hits you in the hands all the time. So like, why are you saying anything? Like, close your mouth." And I really wanted them to get Devontae because I think that would have been cool. But they didn't, and maybe they make a move for another wide receiver. I kind of hope they do because I think that there's a serious dry out potential in that offense if they don't. But defenses still look pretty damn good. I mean, they got to take away a game at least. So they're gonna. I think they're in contention. We're gonna see them. They're a playoff team. We're gonna see what they're gonna do. But the quarterback thing, I mean, it could be disastrous if you play Russ and he's bad. I guess Tomlin might see something about Fields where like Fields knew he was QB1 in Chicago, and like I don't know how good that was for him as far as like his mentality goes. And I don't know if Tomlin wants to just keep him on his toes because when it seems like he's playing for his job, he plays like a little bit better. But I think he was making some good throws. I think they're playing to his strengths, and I also think he's 10,000 times more fun to watch than Russell Wilson. So like, give me a break. I mean, last year as much as that offense isn't amazing with Justin Fields at QB, they're watchable. This time last year, Bobby was like, "I don't want that offense on my TV ever. It's the worst thing I've ever seen," which is fair enough. I mean, that poor kid.
I mean,
what?
Like they went like 5 weeks last year without an
I know,
offensive touchdown.
but Kenny Pickett's not a fucking NFL QB. We like that's what we were discovering, like as of that time last year, right? And it was like one of the worst offenses ever. And Matt Canada was like presiding over it, and it was like, why isn't he fired yet? It was disastrous. Arthur Smith getting better week on week. It's a watchable offense. I mean, at this point, do you know what we said in the prediction show? I have the paper right here, actually. Do you know what we said for the Steelers?
Yeah, we had them at 9-8.
We had them at 11-6, and that's a
terrifying.
good. I think that's good. I think that puts us in good stead.
We didn't compromise.
No. I mean, we must have. I must have. Well, yeah, I have my.
You must have. What'd you have them?
I had them at 11-6, and we compromised at 11-6. Yeah. So good compromise.
That's marriage.
That's
folks.
marriage. They're 4-2. They could win 11 games. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
You know how they are in their division. They perform really well against good divisional teams all the time. So we'll have to see what happens there. But
so they might lose to Cleveland because they love losing to Cleveland.
Nobody's losing to Cleveland.
Unless they bench Watson.
Yeah, and then the world's their oyster down there in Cleveland. Who knows? The Bucs we talked about in relation to the Falcons already. I don't know, man. I think the Bills are too high. 6? Do they look that good to you the past few weeks? I know they beat the Jets, but like
the Amari trade moved them up a little bit. It was them or the Commanders.
It is going to make them better, I think, but there's still flaws in that Bills team that I'd be worried about, and they are going to win their division. So it's not crazy to see them at 6, but the Commanders could be higher than them, and I don't think it'd be crazy.
I think they're by themselves
just
in
like
this tier right here. You know what I mean? They're better than the Commanders.
But like the Bears. But
go ahead.
No, they haven't beaten anybody though, Bobby. I mean, the Bills literally have beat the Cardinals, the Jaguars, the Jets, and the Dolphins.
That's actually not great.
That's the game that they killed. They killed Tua in that game. So like that was a Tua-less Dolphins.
But it started with Tua.
And they got stomped by the Ravens. Like they got stomped out by the Ravens.
And lost to the Texans. Like they haven't beat a good team.
Yeah, we got to keep an eye on them. They might be frauds. They might be fraudulent. We got to put a little button on that.
They just got Amari. They just got Amari.
Yeah, they just got Amari. We got to wait and see, but I think we're going to hand out fraud cards once we start to look at winning teams when we're in the double digits of games played. And, I'm just saying, just watch out, Buffalo. Just watch out.
I think
only team that plays their football in New York. Just, isn't that weird?
Everyone up until this point is possibly frauds. This is where we get to the real contenders, this top 5. These are the real contenders that could win a Super Bowl. It's just top 5 teams, right?
No, the Vikings are in the top 5. There's no way they're winning a Super Bowl. 0% chance.
All right, so 4 of the 5.
-% chance. And they're 2. So,
I mean, but the Vikings beat the Texans, so you can't you really.
Yeah, but
can't
you start to do that math. Frauds. It's like, okay, cool. They've started hot. Sam Darnold's not winning a Super Bowl. I can't accept that. There's no way. No fucking way.
Okay.
Of all the redeemed team QBs, so it's Justin Fields, Baker Mayfield, Derek Carr, Sam Darnold, right? Those 4 players have all been on other teams.
Joe Flacco.
No, I mean
Flacco doesn't
drafted as franchise players. Drafted as franchise players, given up on and traded away to be backups and earning a spot. Essentially is true of these 4 players, right? Maybe not Baker, whatever, but right around there. The former franchise QB group. Of the 4 of them, who do you can name more than one, who would you say is going to finish as a top 10 QB?
Baker
and then Darnold.
Darnold, no way.
Not Justin Fields.
No.
And not obviously Carr. I mean, Carr's hurt, but he had a pretty. If we had this, if I asked you that question after week 2.5, you
know what I would have. You know me.
Me too. Me too. I was refusing over.
I might have been on the Derek Carr train.
Oh yeah. No, you don't say.
He would have been top 2% of quarterbacks in the league.
No, I was like, he's going to be Derek Carr against me. Don't worry. I hated it. It made me very uncomfortable when he wasn't being Derek Carr. I'm glad he's himself again.